Hi everyone, welcome to our Learn to Knit with Janet. We're joined with Rebecca. So Rebecca and I are newbies. I've done no knitting whatsoever. First time I've ever held knitting needles. I think Rebecca's done a little bit, so just a little bit. So we're going to be learning along with you, and Janet's going to guide us kindly through the process. So I hope you've enjoyed all the other sessions on the Wellbeing Day, and I hope you enjoy this one too. Over to you, Janet.
Hello everybody. Right, knitting. Okay, well you've got 2 needles. Okay, we're going to use some double knitting wool, which is sort of commonly available. And to begin with, you'll be working a needle in each hand. So that's that. So with knitting, you need to do a process called casting on, and that's where you make a series of loops along your needle, and then from that your work will come down as you move the loops from needle to needle using the wool. That's the basic theory. It grows quite slowly, which for me, I don't really like knitting, but you know, I'm a natural crochet person, but I can knit. So in that aspect, I am bi-stitchual, which is the correct term for being able to do both crafts. So, right, to begin with, just put my needles down for a sec. You're going to get your wool and you're just going to make a little slip knot in it. Just like so. You see that? Yep, excellent. Then you take your needle and you just put that knot onto your needle and just give it a little tug. You don't need it too tight. Right, now then, before I actually do this now, there are several methods of casting on. Some people use the thumb method, which it's been something I've never been able to master. So my mum, who taught me to knit, came up with this method, which is easy. It gives you a nice edge. So that's the one I'm going to show you today. But there are videos on YouTube where you can watch this casting on method with the thumb. I think there is another method, but like I say, I use this one because I find it the easiest one. So this needle with your loop on goes in your left hand. And you take your other needle in your right hand. And what you're going to do is, I'll make it like this. You're going to take this needle and just push it, it's not playing, into the loop. Right? And then you take this bit, your long length, not the little end, because you run out of wool if you use that end.
Really short scarf.
Yeah, a really short scarf. So you take this end and you wrap it round the needle that is in your right hand. Okay, so you wrapped it round, and then you're going to pull, using your knitting needle, pull that through so that you've got another loop.
Does it matter whether you go front, top or bottom, front to back?
You work into your loop, the side nearest you. And then you put your wool round your needle, going right to left and round again. It makes it sound really complicated. So
am I going forward or back? Am I pulling it towards me or away from me?
Right, so you through like that, and then round that needle, and then pull it through for 2 loops.
I'm already feeling loopy.
Nice one. Okay.
Thank you. I'm here for the puns.
I like it. We need them. We need them.
We need it. Yeah. I mean, basically, knitting is a series of loops that you move from. Hang on. From your left needle to your right needle, turn it round, and then you go the other way. A little important point to note here is that knitting, can be done on a machine or on a loom. There's loom knitting, which I've not done, but it can be done on a machine. So it can be manufactured quite easily. The difference between knitting and crochet is that crochet is always handmade. It can't be manufactured on a machine.
There you go.
So that is why crocheted items tend to be more expensive than knitting, because if it's a mass-produced item, it can be done quite cheaply, often in India, China, Pakistan, places like that, which that's another conversation. But knitting's easy to mass produce, whereas crochet is always handmade, hence the
Right.
expense. Right, so have we got 2 loops?
No,
Do we know-
I'm still
No.
not trying to get 2 loops. I think, have I done it? Is that right? No, it isn't.
No.
No,
Right,
it's not.
right, just put
I
your,
believe in you, Lara.
yeah,
But,
put your,
I can do
You
this.
loop.
I can do this.
you do this, you can do this. You've done it before. Right, you loop in your left hand.
That's my
Other
left.
needle. Yeah. Empty needle in your right hand. Right,
Yeah.
okay. So, needle into loop.
Yeah.
Thus, right. So you make a cross like that.
Yeah.
And then take this loop, long wool,
Yeah.
round. Sorry. Try and do it so. Right.
Round both of them or just round the...
No, just round the right hand needle.
Ah, that's where I'm going wrong then.
Right. And then you're going to just pull back on that right hand needle, catching. You can, it fell off.
Yeah.
Right. Catching that loop, pull it through. So you've got 2 loops. You got 2 loops yet, Lara? No.
Get it. Hang on. One thing is, I'm determined. I won't give up.
That's all that matters. It's all about the motivation, really.
It is. Right. Okay, shall I do it again? Right. So
I think I've done it.
you've done it. Excellent.
Done
Right.
it. Is that
okay.
right?
Yeah. Now just give it a pull and then transfer the loop that's on your right needle to your left needle.
So I've got 2
Please.
on the right. I've got 2 on both now. I don't know whether I'm doing this right.
Right, just pull your right needle out. Your right hand needle. Just pull it out. There should be 2.
I think that went wrong needle.
That's my right one.
Right, okay. Right,
Simple.
do a little knot again.
Start again.
And just pop it on that needle in your left hand. Thank God nobody's left-handed. I won't be able to come up. Okay.
Now what?
I forgot to mention that a pair of scissors are very handy.
So
Okay.
my left needle, the loop goes on.
The loop goes on your left needle. Right, okay.
Right
Push.
needle.
Yeah, Lara, just
Through.
push your loop so you've only got a little bit of needle.
Right.
That'll make life a bit easier for you. Right, okay. Right, so right needle into the loop.
Yeah.
Long length, wrap that round that right needle. Yeah, that look good. Okay, now pull that loop through that you've just made with your right needle. And yeah, have you got a loop on each needle now? No.
You might have to give up with me.
No. That's not allowed.
Not.
Right, okay. So,
Right, I'm back to where I started.
yeah, with your loop. See, are you doing okay there, Rebecca?
I think so.
Yeah.
carrying on.
No, that's
You'll
fine.
have a scarf and I'll have a string.
Hey,
all
there's
work
no
at
wrong with a
different-
string.
We all work at different paces.
So
Okay.
are we going round both of them or just?
No, we just go around. Right, okay. So you've got the loop on your left needle.
Yeah.
Your right needle goes into the loop and you're only going to wrap the wool round the right needle. Because what you want to end up with is 2 loops like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've got that.
Right, okay. So of course, 2 stitches on your needle isn't really going to make an awful lot, unless you want a really thin scarf or a tie.
Scarf for a doll.
A scarf for a doll. Okay. Right. So now what we're going to do, because obviously we're going to go for about 20 stitches, just because I've got a sample done, you see.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Here's some I prepared earlier, Blue Peter moment. Right. Okay. So what you're going to do now, Lara, is you're going to put the needle in between the 2 loops on your left needle, the one in your left hand. So you're going like that. You see?
Sorry, it came undone, so I'm just doing it again.
Okay. Lovely. Yeah. Now just push that onto your needle in your left hand. That
Like
loop.
that.
Like that.
I've got it. I think, is that right?
Just lift it up.
Sorry.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Oh,
It's the best
sorry
stitch I've ever
about
seen.
that.
Best stitch. Right.
I'm
Okay.
not normally this slow at picking stuff up. I don't know what's
No,
going on.
you did fantastic the other day.
No, I
Right. So,
haven't.
right. Okay. What you're going to do now is you're going to push the needle in your right hand in between those 2 stitches. And then, using the long length of wool again, go around and pull another loop through and just pop that onto the end of the needle in your left hand. So then you should have 3 loops.
Right, sorry, I'm back here because I lost one of my loops off. I lost my stitch in my celebration. I lost that second stitch. So I've now got into the second one like I did with the first one.
Go through the 2 loops.
Oh, through both of them. Okay.
Yeah, through both of them. So it'll look like that. You see? I've now got 3 because I've just cheekily popped another stitch on there.
She's just
Okay.
sneaking them in.
Yeah. Okay. And this is just the basic movement for knitting.
I don't stand a chance with anything complicated then.
Of course. No. No, you just it's great. It's wonderful. We're not
It's a
going to
learning curve.
we're not going to attempt socks on 4 needles this week.
That's handy because I've just.
Oh, I have housemates that knit socks. It's the most fascinating thing.
Yeah, it is. It just
And like
fries my
jumpers
brain.
and things with like patterns on them, and I'm like, that's too fancy for me. I just want to do a scarf.
Yeah. It's amazing. You can knit almost anything.
Yeah,
Almost
like-
anything.
almost anything. The challenge has been, the gauntlet has been thrown.
Yeah. What's I think the most complicated thing I've seen is these sweaters they see, and it's called a yoke, and the pattern it's all feral and complicated, and it comes all the way around here and round the back, and then from there you knit the sleeves on, and that is really, really, for me, really complicated.
That's the way to go, is it? That's what we're aiming for. That's by the end of the half hour. That's what we're going to have mastered, is it?
No.
You might have done.
No, that's one for you, Rebecca. You've got years left of your life to master that skill. I haven't.
Sounds like it'd take all of them. Jeepers.
No. I mean, I did when I did knit a lot when the children were little. I made all their school jumpers. This was Wimbledon. I used to knit through Wimbledon.
Nice.
And I made the school jumpers for the next term. I made them. They had little iron sweaters. This gives away my son's age. He absolutely loved Roland Rats. And I knitted him a jumper with Roland Rats on the front of it, and it just didn't look right. So I took the sleeves off and made a cushion.
Nice. That is a good save.
And yeah, well, you see, this is it. You don't have to waste the work just because it doesn't
Repurpose.
look right. It will nearly always make a nice cushion.
Yeah.
Simples.
If the scarf goes wrong, it becomes a tea cozy. You just join the ends together.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Right, Lara, how are we doing? Have we got...
Something's gone wrong in that I've got my stitches on, but then somehow I've ended up with my wool coming through the middle there, not
Right,
at the
okay.
end. So slip it off and start again.
Yeah. Yeah,
By
that's
the end
okay.
of this, I'll have managed to cast on 3 stitches.
Well,
And
that's all I've
it will
got.
be an achievement.
Well, do you know what? Yeah, it will.
Yeah. I think this is God's way of telling us, Lara,
I'm not a natural knitter.
You're not a natural knitter, you're a natural crochet person.
Go with the crochet.
Go with the
Yeah,
crochet.
because the crochet was all right. I got the crochet. Okay.
Yeah, I must be better at loops with
So if-
crochet.
So if the moral of this is, if you're struggling like me, go on the crochet session.
Smart. That is how you advertise, right there.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Always
Yeah.
thinking.
Right. How are we doing? Have we got 2
I would
loops?
say don't wait for me, carry on with Rebecca, because there'll be other people who are
Right.
just so frustrated now at my incompetence. So
Right.
let
Look.
them carry on.
Listen, this is why people have a primary sphere of excellence. We can't all be good at everything.
This is why I do brains. I stick in my lane.
Yeah.
I like brains. Anything south of the neck, leave me alone. I know my domain is specialty.
I think that's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. So how far are you into your journey with studying brains, dear?
Oh, I'd finished my degree in psychology in the pandemic last year. And I'm just on a master's in neuroscience at the minute. And hopefully a PhD next year, she says.
Wow, that is incredible. Yeah. No, I didn't do anything. I did a degree late in life. I was 57 when I graduated, and I studied humanities.
Nice.
And there wasn't anything sort of body wise other than drawings by Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's good. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, learned so much. But yeah, it's fantastic.
Never too old to
Brilliant.
learn something.
You're not. In fact, I am an Opsimath. There you go. And that's one who comes late to learning.
Nice. I'm
Nice.
using that. That's a good
See?
word.
I've got a math.
That's some solid syllables in that word.
Yes, Opsimath. There we go. Right. So, Rebecca, how many stitches have you got on your needles?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. Right. Well, I'll go on. I'll get 15 as well, and then we can do a little bit of work on that 3. So I've got. Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs now.
It's the pressure. The camera's on.
I feel like I'm on the generation game. Oh dear.
Wow.
My wool's all fluffy. It's hard to see all the stitches because of the fluff. I'm
Yeah.
not complaining.
No, don't complain.
Love a bit
Right.
of fluff.
Now I'm using my favourite brand of wool, which is Stylecraftable Knitting, and it's quite a smooth wool. Fluffy tends to make me sneeze.
That's a good
So,
shout. That is a good
It is,
shout.
yeah.
Yeah, especially for an asthmatic.
It's
Yeah.
all right. I'm drugged up on anti-allergen medicines.
Right, so knitting. So we're going to go into the first stitch there, and basically it's just making those loops again. So you go around like as if you're making a stitch to put on your needle,
Yep.
and that just stays on your right hand needle, and then it's just round the next one.
Yep.
And onto your right hand needle, and round and over and round and over, round, over, round, over, round, over. So again, it's quite rhythmic when you get into the swing of it. Relaxing, you produce something.
Play
So
some pop
it's-
music.
Yeah.
Go to the beat.
Yeah, there we are.
It's like Zumba, but it's just exercise for your fingers.
Well,
And
no,
your brain.
and your brain. Yeah. Yeah, particularly if you're following patterns. Have I got a pattern? I'll find a pattern and show you a pattern.
Love a good pattern. I remember when I was little and my grandma used to try and teach me to knit, and I'd like start with 30 stitches, and by the time I'd like knitted a row, I'd have 35. And I had always heard like you always heard dropping stitches, but I thought I was very skilled in that I was able to pick them up at will.
Yeah, this
Instead
is,
of dropping stitches, you gain.
I pick them
on.
back up again.
this is a pattern book that has recently
Oh.
come to me. This Debbie Bliss. This is obviously a lady. It's a brand of wool, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely good. Really, really soft, silky wool. And they do different blends of wool with like merino, and you can get alpaca. And then there's an Icelandic wool. I'm a bit into my Icelandic wool here, and it's called Plotti Loppi.
Come again?
Plotti Loppi.
Well, sorry. Well done for pronouncing that.
You'd be totally having me on, and I'd never know. I'm falling.
No,
hook,
no,
line,
it's
sinker.
because the only thing they've got in Iceland is sheep. That's all they have. So they have a lot of wool in Iceland,
Oh, that makes sense.
and they tend to use natural dyes. So you don't get the bright colours, but you get all your lovely
But that's so
browns and
beautiful.
beiges.
Nice natural colours.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen it on the internet. It's gone a bit daft as this, but Bernie Sanders turned up the
Oh
inauguration
yes, in these gloves.
with his mittens on. You can
Yeah.
now download a pattern to crochet a Bernie Sanders with his mittens on. You can download the pattern to either knit or crochet
I love it.
Bernie Sanders mittens, and the colours that these mittens are the colours that the Icelandic wools are usually in. It's quite expensive. You can buy it in this country. You can get hold of it in this country.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's basically all they've got in Iceland is sheep, which is why they eat a lot of lamb.
Ah, that makes sense. I know my friend went camping near Reykjavik at one point, and it was just cold. Like she loved it, but it was just
Yeah,
freezing.
it's beautiful. We went a few years back in December because I wanted to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they didn't come on. They weren't playing.
Did no one switch them on?
No.
They forget to
Didn't
put
put-
50p in the meter
Yeah,
again. They're
that's the
terrible
one.
at that, you know.
Yeah,
So
I know.
annoying when you've gone all that way.
Yeah, well, it was absolutely incredible. I absolutely loved it.
Oh.
Yeah, love to go back.
Yeah,
And,
that's somewhere I've never been.
Oh, it's
On
fabulous.
my-
Well worth it. Yeah.
Definitely
Well
on
worth
my bucket list. That and
Yeah,
Finland. I'd like to drive through up that way. Our dog is a Finnish dog.
Yeah.
So you'd have a translator.
Yes, we'd have a translator. We'd be able to speak in dog perfectly well.
They do it in Disney movies. I don't see what should be the.
Yeah. No, it's a good language to master his dog.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a bit woof at the first bit though.
Oh,
Told you, I'm here for the puns.
Yeah. I'm warning you. You're going to get bad.
I'm getting it told off from Janet. She's going to kick me out the Zoom room.
Right. Okay. So patterns. Look at this. A lovely handsome man in a Guernsey sweater.
Are you admiring the sweater or the handsome man more? It's a
Um,
difficult
well,
question for
this
you,
is
Janet.
this is what I was telling you about. You know, these little patterns that you can put in at the top,
Oh, they're
and
lovely,
not
aren't they?
not everybody can carry off a polo neck. You know, it's
They
amazing.
don't. It's true.
No, it's
Something to look
so-
out for in your
Yeah,
dating
look,
life.
look there. We have a lovely, beautiful stripy cardigan. The
Lovely.
stripes are lovely. Anyway, I'll show you because we've only got a couple of minutes left on this session. When you get to the end of that row, all you do is you turn it round. So you've got your stitches will all end up on your right hand needle. You just turn it round and work the same stitch going back that way. And that gives you a pattern called garter stitch.
Hello, cat.
Ah, nice.
So that's just
Oh,
the knit
they just keep going
stitch
back and forth.
worked row after row after row. So that gives you
Ah.
garter stitch. Next time, hopefully, we'll show you how to do a purl stitch. So that's, yeah. Stop laughing, Lyra. Serious. This is serious.
This is
Right, so-
serious stuff.
Yeah, this is the front. That is the knit stitch at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you do the purl stitch, it looks like that on the back.
Ooh,
Ah, nice.
fancy.
So next time you're putting a jumper on, if it's got that pattern on the front, on the back of it, the wrong side will have that on it.
There you go. You learn something new every
You'll
day.
start recognising these things as you know, with things that you bought, knitted
You'll see it
jumpers, or
everywhere.
you'll see it. But just remember, if you buy a crochet sweater or a blanket or whatever, that's been handmade, so it's really, really special.
Oh.
So, yeah.
See, now I need to learn how to crochet as well. Add
Well,
to
you
my
can
repertoire.
watch our video
We have a video available.
and you'll be able to
look how
see.
that worked out.
You'll be
I'm
able
not
to
on
see.
commission.
I did.
Sorry.
I did start again. I pulled my crochet back and kind of started again and had
Yeah.
because I was practicing. So this is my third thing of
Wow.
crochet time because I felt like I got
You
I
do
got
really
the hang
well.
of that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Not so
Excellent.
much with the knitting. I've got to
Well,
say
you've
this
got,
is where
you've
I've
got
got up-
stitches. Yeah, you've
Yeah,
got
I think-
stitches, and that's
Got a
good.
little bit of knitting.
Yeah, yeah, we've got a bit of
Oh,
knitting
well
there.
done, Rebecca.
Little
And
bit of
I've
knitting.
just got one row there. But like I said, I did these earlier on so that you can see that is just a little, but you can knit that up and just carry on doing that. That's 20 stitches, and that makes a nice little scarf, or whatever, little pot holder. Stop you
little
burning your
coaster.
fingers. Yeah, coaster. Yeah,
For
anything.
saying a nice eco cloth. Eco
Yes,
Yeah.
eco dishcloth. Yes, yeah. My auntie used to knit dishcloths.
Yeah,
Bless her.
I had a great, I think she was a great aunt, and we still use her dishcloths.
Yeah, I've got some.
Forever.
I like to visit a little village called Hawes in the Yorkshire Dales, and they have a wool place there. It's in the village hall, and they sell excellent dishcloth cotton. So I usually pick a couple of balls of that up and have a crochet. So yeah. So we'll do another one, Lyra. And
I think I might need a one-to-one, Janet, in order to just get master the basics of this. But you know me, I'm determined. I will master.
Yeah, it's determination's the main thing, really, to make sure you're determined to carry on with it. And Rebecca, it's been lovely seeing you.
Lovely meeting you, Janet. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Janet and Rebecca, for
Okay.
joining us on
Thank
this.
you,
I hope
Janet.
you've all enjoyed this session. I hope you've maybe mastered it a little better than I have. But the whole purpose is just to have some nice downtime. It's been really nice to have been doing something pleasurable on Zoom instead of Zoom
Work.
meeting after Zoom meeting. and work
Right.
all the time. So,
Can I just say,
Yes.
Lyra, sorry to interrupt you there. If you are struggling with your knitting or your crochet, there are excellent videos on YouTube that don't have this ugly mug on them. Instructional, just... Oh, thank you, Rebecca. So you can always find them on YouTube, and you can pause them and, carry on. If you're struggling, that's the go-to place. Though I do like doing these. It's really good fun, and just lovely to speak to people during this horrible time.
And with that, if anybody would like to join the Knit and Natter, I know that there's a number of Knit and Natters running throughout the valley at different times. Janet, you go to one.
I go to Fitzpatrick's on a Wednesday afternoon normally when they're open between it's about 1:30 till 3 o'clock-ish. There's various ladies come along to that one, but there's an excellent one at Weir. We've got a nice big village hall. Well, it's a Baptist church actually. There's plenty of space. Everybody's distanced. Take temperature. Everything very, very safe. It's a very, very well organised group, and anybody is welcome to join that. They are also running a Zoom session on a Wednesday morning between 11:15 and roughly we sign out and sign back on in again about 12 o'clock-ish. And we do have people joining that don't normally go up to Weir because they can't at the moment. And it's really nice to see new faces. In fact, one lady has joined us from Scotland every week.
Hey,
She just found us somehow on the internet, and yeah, we've got Shauna from Scotland, and it's lovely to see her. So yeah.
So how will they find? How can you find those groups? Are they available on Facebook or?
Facebook, if you look for Weir, WEIR, Knit and Natter, you'll find the link there to have a look at the group. And if you ask to join the group, they're very, very friendly and welcoming. And we actually did have a doctor prescribe joining the group to a lady with anxiety the other week. And that's been really, really good because, you know, obviously it's very good for your mental health and well-being. It's very calming, therapeutic, relaxing, and being able to talk to other people about knitting and crochet, because eventually your husband will think she's lost the plot, she needs a new topic. It's really good. It's good to speak a common language amongst friends.
And presumably for somebody like me, learn a little bit more, because even once I've mastered how to do casting on, I need to learn how to do the stitch. Obviously, I'll watch this session back so I can see how you taught Rebecca. But yeah, that's fantastic. So thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
thank you, Janet.
I hope you've all enjoyed this, and that you can check out our crochet session. And also there is 3 on the Whittaker's Facebook page. There are 3 fabulous little tutorials that Janet's done that teach you about yarn, about the needles, and about the crochet hooks. So they're well worth a check out. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.